You aren't playing Counter-Strike right. I've been working with a lot of players over on my second channel, and one thing that I have constantly realized is that we get so tunnel visioned on doing what we are supposed to be doing that we don't realize we're missing out on a bigger piece of the game. And today I really want to talk to you about how to activate your teammates, how to activate each other, and really just synergize with anybody so that you can give yourself the best CT sides possible. And it's something that really is going to be a next level thing to start implementing into your gameplay. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. What I want to talk about today is tethering. Now, it's something that, sure, it's a little bit of a next level concept, but at the simplest form of it is something that anybody could do. Anybody can do, and especially if you have a duo, I'd recommend sending them this video so that they can do this with you. But all I want you to do is understand that instead of worrying about B main or sitting here and saying, I'm worrying about connector, dark, whatever you want to call it, you're sitting there and understanding that we are on a site together and we need to flow around and fight things as one. We are tethered together as one, and no matter what someone else is doing, we are there making sure that their play is being complemented by something we're doing. So in the simplest form, this can mean, okay, I'm the E-box player. I really want to fight down canals. So I tell my B player after he's, maybe he took a contact on a guy instead of B main, smoke B main off. Boom. That's a lineup for you to learn right there. Bounce it off that, it'll smoke B main. So now he smoked that off. Maybe he'll sit here and spam a little bit just to show some pressure, but boom, he's coming into E-box now and we're double swinging this, right? So that's just one example of how to tether. And did you notice something I did when I was this B main holder guy, right? I didn't just leave my spot and take this risk and go here. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you are going to have to take a risk and do something like this. But if I can, I'm going to try to block my position. I'm going to try to block the place that I am responsible for to go supplement the other place that my teammate wants to push. Same thing, vice versa in E-box, right? Say we're the E-box player and we want to help B main. We're going to smoke off the canals push. We're going to smoke off that angle, come through here. And maybe we're going to say, yo, set me up a flash, bro. I'll peek B main for you. He's going to come back here. He's going to throw a flash for you. And boom, we're in here. We're fighting all these angles. We're doing this and we're dipping out. Now, when we dip out, we drag him over and we push into E-box. You see the flow, the back and forth. Do this, then we go here. We act like that. So I'm going to teach you some really good ways to do that and give you some more examples. But first, I have to give you a message from the sponsor of today's video about skins.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, KOJO. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys, but as you can see, it is very active the way we're playing. So many times, guys, one thing I'll see constantly with players is like we will get into the mindset of just holding angles, right? And you're not necessarily like doing anything wrong. Like, sure, you are holding E-box, but this is going to get very one-dimensional, and players are going to start to realize, okay, when I kill this guy, his teammate is going to be holding B main in some sort of angle, right? Boom, E-box guy is dead. Now the B main guy is somewhere. If we are tethered and we find ourselves in some really unique, cool situations, we can start to actually implement some next level strategies. So this is why it's so good to do this with your Q, where it's like, okay, we're floating around like we said earlier, we're getting fights, we're killing everybody. In the mid round, we're going back into a boost. Maybe we're boosting back here and we're like, oh, dude, E-box is exposed. Yo, mid guy, come rotate in and pick up E-box for us, right? And maybe he goes into a one and done spot or a more safer angle where he comes out here and kind of holds the walkout a little bit. But you get the point. We're constantly going into things and we're doing stuff like mid-round boost. We're doing things like mid-round aggression, and we're constantly pushing and pulling around the map to make the other team feel uncomfortable. How much more difficult is it if you're holding B main and they're setting each other up with a flash play? They're flashing outside of B main and boom, we're blind, and maybe we don't even die, but now we're just like, dude, what the heck? Did he push through? Is he running back? Are they doing something else? It's the psychological game that so many of you are missing out on, and it really is making you so much easier to read. So, you got to get really creative with the way that we're doing this. And sometimes, guys, it means honestly giving up your site too. Aggression's great too, but sometimes it's like, yo, my mid player is struggling. Yo, I'm going to smoke B main and I'll be back in 30 seconds. I need to go set my mid player up and go get a push. So B main smoked off. Yo, mid guy, let's go ahead and push through. And so I'm coming through here You know, we know you telling him, I might be like, bro, I'm flashing for you. Boom, flashing for you. Pop. He's peeking mid. Okay, mid's clear. I think that the mid guy left towards B. I think they did this. I think, right? Like we're talking to each other. We're thinking about where they're gonna be. And then he's like, oh, I think he went towards B. Great. I'm running back in and rotating back to the site I was on. And now I'm again staying active and floating. I'll reiterate it over and over and over again because it's what we are doing wrong. We are not tethered at all in these moments. We are just saying, I'm holding B main. I'm holding E-box. One of the greatest examples of this is actually as an A player. Guys, sometimes as an A player, you actually completely give the site. And I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes we sit here and maybe we have A main control. We fought them off, right? We backed them up, and then we think that they rotated out. They're no longer really pressuring A, and we have like a mid play that we can do. Come back here and do a 3-man mid play. Give up A and sit here and be the last guy in the mid play. You know, either set them up with a flash or sit through here and they're walking through doors and about to peek mid. You come up here and get ready. Boom, we're peeking, we're doing our thing. And now we're going to rotate back in and obviously be mindful of the gaps, be mindful of what we gave up. But we are not just sitting on A. Our responsibility is more than what we are just holding at all times. It's more than what we are just supposed to play. And this type of mindset, this type of understanding is everything. And what I want you to get into the habit too, and this is where I say you can do this with anybody and it's up to you. As long as they're listening, I get it. Players in games are going to troll. They're not actually going to hear what you're saying sometimes. But guys, it's something as simple as like, you know, you were the A guy, you got pressured off, but you don't think they're coming in here. You think maybe there's one guy max in A main now, or there's nobody there. You think they might have left. Tell your mid guy that is already floating towards camera and just sitting here and kind of looking and doing nothing. Tell him, bro, walk A main with me. Get ready to walk A main and let's push these guys off. So now we are a 2-man death unit that's walking through A main and actually bringing us an advantageous fight versus sitting back and doing nothing just because we have no sense of direction and no purpose. So it's absolutely huge when you can actually facilitate this stuff and be the playmaker in the round to actually get people moving. Guys, I get it. I mean, like I've had so many pugs and face-it matches where people won't listen. It frustrates me. It does all these things. But if you can at least be the facilitator, be the playmaker, you're going to give yourself a higher percentage chance to win more games. Versus the guy that's just like, why is my team not doing anything? Why do I keep losing mid? Why do I keep losing A? Well, dude, if you guys are starting 2 mid and 1 A and you're mad that your A player just keeps losing A, why are you sitting there and complaining instead of actually going and setting this guy up in some way? Why aren't we coming out of spawn and saying, bro, I'm going to instantly smoke A main for you and we're going to do some canals push here, right? We're going to smoke A main and the E-box players are going to run through. I'm going to peek window or peek mid, blah, blah, whatever. And at least alleviate some of the pressure this guy is feeling. It's absolutely huge. And again, the tethering thing, going back to this example, if your A main guy's struggling, maybe you have a setup with him, right? Where he plays aggressive inside of A main. And, you know, especially if you're an opper, you could sit here and op pillar or something for him, right? So you're actually don't op pillar, op a little more aggressively out here on this angle. So you're opping here for him, holding the walk in. If they come in, you're just farming them because again, the T's are going to be thinking, let's abuse the guy that sucks. Let's abuse the guy that keeps failing. So tether yourselves, flow around the map, be super active with each other, and stop taking so many 1vx fights. You're giving yourself such a disadvantage. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Go ahead and check out my second channel. And if you want some own personal coaching, please fill out the form in the description of this video. I might need to see a speech coach after this one, but appreciate all of you guys. Much love to all of you. Let's make 2025 the best year yet.